It's March 2026, and the solo leveling syndrome has officially reached a fever pitch. Ever since Jinwoo swept the Crunchyroll Awards last year, every studio has decided that original writing is out, and Shadow Monarch clones are in. We're talking messy black hair, glowing eyes, and that system screen that makes every MC feel like a god in episode 1. But looking cold isn't the same as being cold. While we're all waiting for the solo leveling movie or the live-action series starring Bayon Woo-seok, the 2026 winter season has flooded us with pretenders. Today, we're ranking the top 10 clones who are desperately trying to bottle that Jinwoo aura. We'll look at the ones who actually have that king presence, and the ones who are just Temu Jinwoos. Let's get into it. Starting us off at number 10 is Noble Reincarnation, Born Blessed. This premiered back in January, and it is the definition of safe aura. The MC, Noah, is the world's strongest 6-year-old, which already sounds like an isekai fever dream, but he's essentially Sung Jinwoo if he was born into a billionaire royal family. What makes him a clone? It's the cheat stack mechanic. Just like Jinwoo's level-up system, Noah gets stronger by stacking the powers of those who serve him. The aura here is purely visual. Studio Comptown is giving him these intense, godlike close-ups whenever he humbles a corrupt noble. However, because Noah has an infinite level cap from birth, his coldness feels unearned. He's cold because he's bored, not because he's a survivor. He's the clean version of the Monarch. Flashy, high budget, but lacks the grit that makes a king iconic. If you want Jinwoo's power without the blood and trauma, Noah is your guy, but on the aura meter, he's barely scratching the surface. Number 9 is Haruka from Loner Life in Another World. This series just hit Hulu this month, and while it started in 2024, the 2026 community is rediscovering it as the anti-social Jinwoo blueprint. Haruka copies the solo aspect of solo leveling, but twists it into a chaotic trollfest. His aura comes from his absolute 100% indifference to everyone else's survival. While Jinwoo eventually became a protector, Haruka just wants to stay in his cave and play with his Master of None skills. His coldness isn't intimidating, it's exasperating. But in the 2026 meta, indifference is a high-value currency. The way he refers to his classmates as mean girls or nerds instead of using their names is a level of disrespect that Jinwoo would actually find hilarious. He's the clone for people who want the lone wolf trope, but with a protagonist who is constantly roasting the plot. At number 8, we have the Black Dagger energy personified. Failure Frame is the show for fans who think Jinwoo was too soft on his enemies. Mimori Touka is the king of revenge. He was discarded by a goddess, left to rot in a dungeon, and came back with eyes that look like they've seen the heat death of the universe. His aura is heavy because it's fueled by genuine, unfiltered spite. When he uses his status effect magic to slowly dismantle S-rank heroes who bullied him, it feels exactly like the early arcs of solo leveling where Jinwoo stopped caring about human laws. The 2026 community loves this guy because he doesn't have a hero's journey. He has a hit list. He doesn't want to save the world. He wants to see the goddess who betrayed him beg for mercy. That survivor aura is the closest thing we have to the original Double Dungeon vibes. We cannot talk about 2026 without mentioning the elephant in the room, Tomb Raider King. The July 2026 teaser just dropped, and let's be real, Studio EK basically used Sung Jinwoo's character model as a suggestion. Ryoga Goriki has the daggers, the shadows, and the "I'm the only one who knows what's going on" smirk. But here's why he's a top-tier clone. Ryoga is a much bigger jerk than Jinwoo ever was. He is greedy, manipulative, and absolutely disrespectful to everyone, including his own allies. While Jinwoo had a sense of duty to his family, Ryoga is in it for the loot. His aura is basically toxic king energy. He doesn't arise his enemies to save them. He arises them so they can pay him back with interest. It's a clone that leans into the most selfish parts of the system MC trope, and in the current 2026 landscape, that kind of honesty is refreshing. Coming in at number 6 is Arthur Leywin. With Season 2 premiering this April, Arthur is the only character who can actually look Jinwoo in the eye without flinching. Arthur isn't a clone, he's a rival. His aura doesn't come from a system or a cheat, it comes from maturity. He is King Grey reborn, a war veteran in a child's body. When Arthur walks into a room in the new 2026 trailers, the air pressure literally changes. It's a refined aura. He doesn't need to glow blue or have shadows swirling around him to make you feel like you're in danger. He just needs to look at you. If Jinwoo is a dark monarch, Arthur is a strategic emperor. He is the gold standard for how to do a cold MC with actual character depth, proving that you don't need to copy the Shadow Monarch to reach his level of presence. At number 5, we have the most unique cold MC of 2026, Kunon. He's a blind kid who surpassed his master in 5 months of training. Now, how does a kid in a fantasy slice of life have Jinwoo level aura? It's because Kunon is a psychological predator. In the Royal Academy arc that's airing right now, Kunon's aura is described as the stillness of water. He doesn't see you, but he knows exactly where your heart is beating. His coldness comes from his terrifying curiosity. He doesn't care about the fate of the world, he just wants to see what happens if he uses water magic to recreate human eyes. The scene where he humbles the Lightning Prince without even looking at him is the most viral aura clip of February 2026. He is the Jinwoo of magic, a genius who is so far ahead of the curve that he's forgotten how to be human. Number 4 is Ryo from The Water Magician. This was Crunchyroll's top isekai of 2025, but in 2026, it's being looked back on as the Aura Peak. For most of the show, Ryo is just a quiet guy who lived in a forest for 20 years. Then, the god-tier power jump happens. The abrasive jets scene, where Ryo uses high-pressure water to slice through a demon king like he's cutting butter, is pure Sung Jinwoo energy. Ryo doesn't shout, he doesn't have a flashy transformation. He just stands there with a blank expression and ends the fight in 3 seconds. He is the definition of overwhelming disrespect. The show received some mid-reviews for its pacing, but nobody can deny that when Ryo is on screen, the aura meter breaks. He is the silent assassin clone that reminds us why we fell in love with OP Protagonists in the first place. At number 3, we have the Queen of Zero Cursed Energy, Maki Zen'in from JJK Season 3. I know, she's not isekai, but in 2026, she is officially being called the female Sung Jinwoo. The Perfect Preparation arc, which aired just a few weeks ago in late January, is the most visceral aura moment in modern anime history. Maki walked into the strongest clan in Japan and treated them like practice dummies. She is a literal ghost. She has zero cursed energy, meaning she doesn't exist to the world's power system. That ghost aura, combined with her heartless execution of her own family, makes her more terrifying than any monarch. When she looks at her mother at the end of that massacre, that isn't just cold, that is a void. She is the blueprint for a cold MC that doesn't need magic or systems, just pure, unadulterated violence. Which brings us to the runner-up, Xylo Forbartz. If you haven't seen Sentenced to be a Hero, you are missing the peak edgelord of 2026. Xylo is a goddess killer, forced into a suicide squad where death is just a tactical reset. What makes Xylo the ultimate clone? It's his aggressive indifference. He treats his own death like a minor inconvenience. In the current Mareed Fortress arc, there's a scene where he lets himself get shredded just to get a clear shot at the boss's neck. He doesn't have shadows, but he has the shadow spirit of a man who has died so many times he's forgotten how to care. He is toxic, he is disrespectful, and he makes every other isekai protagonist look like a coward. He is the Jinwoo who crashed out and never looked back. And finally, at number 1, the man who proved that true aura is invisible, Kiyotaka Ayanokoji. With the 90-minute premiere of Season 4 on April 1st, 2026, Ayanokoji is reclaiming his throne. While every other clone on this list is trying to be flashy, like Jinwoo, Ayanokoji is proving that the coldest person in the room is the one you don't even notice. The upcoming White Room Assassin arc is going to show us an Ayanokoji that is more calculating and brutal than ever before. He doesn't need a system or glowing eyes, he just needs a conversation. He is the original Cold King, and in a world full of solo-leveling clones, he is the only one who doesn't need to try. He just is. So, who do you think is the real king of aura in 2026? Is it Xylo, Maki, or is the White Room still 5 steps ahead of all of us? Let me know in the comments. Drop a sub, and I'll see you in the next one.